This acting trick will blow your mind, but don't think you're just gonna watch it. You are gonna participate. I am gonna walk you guys through how to do it. This one is interactive. Stick around. Okay, I am going to get to the acting trick that is going to blow your mind. And it is going to be interactive, so you'll be able to play along with this one at home and see how that feels for you. But first, let me start with a story. Before I get into it and you're like, yeah, Cody, that's a little basic. Hear me out. So there was an actor that I met with, and we were trying to kind of figure out how to bring his acting kind of to the next level. He had been acting for a few years already. He already has an agent. He's already auditioning. He's basically been in class for 3 years straight. Let me interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to let you guys know, our loyal followers, about something exclusive that we have created just for you. You guys can click the link and download our scene breakdown checklist. This is what we use here at the studio with all of our actors for all of their performances when they're breaking down their scenes and looking at it objectively, making choices, and finding a way to connect themselves into that work so that they can play it truthfully and live presently in the moment. That's gonna be just for you guys. And there's a video explaining step by step the process of how to do it. So if you want that, go grab it. It is available right now. Click the link below. Let's get back to it. Now, most actors at that point, they have a structure for their work, or they have a method or a technique or something that they're using. So many of you guys are going to be familiar with having a want for your character, an objective for them. But the problem was that this actor knew that, but yet wasn't allowing that work to drive anything. It wasn't driving his lines, and it wasn't driving his emotional point of view, and it wasn't driving his physicality. It was just a choice that he made that he wrote down on his paper. But it only lived on the paper. It didn't live in his body. It didn't live in his mind. It didn't live in his soul. So he was choosing something, but he wasn't actually using it correctly, and it wasn't affecting his work. So let's talk about choosing a want for your character and how to properly use this to activate your character in that scene. So we're gonna go through a little exercise to do that, like I did with this actor, so that they could really truly feel what it meant to live in the moment in your choice. So let's just start off with this. I'm gonna give you a line of dialogue, and your line of dialogue is yes. That is it. That's all you have to remember. You can do this. My line of dialogue is going to be no. So let's practice. You say yes, I will say no. Go ahead. No. All right, perfect. We made it through the end of the scene. So because you said yes and I said no, we went from start to finish. Now, how could we be connected to that? We can't. You were just saying the line and I told you to say it. But now I want to give you a want to kind of motivate that and give you some intention behind it. And generally your want is going to be something that you need through that other character. So we'll set this first one in like the drama genre. Let's say that what your character wants from me is for me to forgive you. Okay, so as we go into it this time, I want you to use that line of dialogue to convince me to forgive you. And this time, instead of saying it once, we're gonna go back and forth. And I want you to play off of me and convince me to forgive you. All right, so let's take it from the top. Action. No. 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 Okay, so we'll stop there. So you didn't have to pre-plan how you were gonna say something. You didn't have time to pre-plan anything. Maybe that's part of it. All you had to do was activate that yes and what you wanted through me. But did you see how it was alive? You didn't have to think about it. You just did it in the moment, trying to seek something from me, which is what you said as the want for your character. And all of a sudden, the line changed, how you delivered it, and how you're responding and how you're listening to what I'm saying, because there's an active thing in seeking what you need for your character, what you've said as their want, their desire, the motivating thing that is activating your dialogue. the delivery, the physicality, your active listening as character, all can happen now because you've set a want for them. So you got to see what that felt like. So good. So let me give you a different want. Let's say that this one is going to be set in like a thriller horror genre. And maybe you are being held captive, and now your want is for me to free you. You want me to let you go. That is your want. You want me to free you. So I want you guys to convince me of that now. You're still going to say yes. I'm still going to say no. But that's the context, and that is your want. So I'll give you just a second. Action. No. 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 Okay. So cut. So we'll stop there. So hopefully every single one of your lines changed and you see where your mind went. Again, it's now activated, saying the exact same word in a different context with a different want, and it changed everything up. Again, it is alive, it's breathing, it's living. It's a choice that activates you in the moment, not pre-planning, how am I gonna say this? And what is this gonna look like? And what's it gonna sound like and look like in my physicality and everything like that you would try to predetermine ahead of time in a rehearsal so that when they call action, it's coming out like that. But when you do that, you're ruining your ability to live presently in the moment and have it activate your work so that it's living and breathing right here, right now. So let's try one more. Let's set this one in a romantic comedy genre. And for this one, I want you to channel those lines through the want of getting me to like you. So let's say this is that meet cute scene, and there's some chemistry between the characters, a likability, and your want is for that to continue, to maybe end with a date or a number or whatever it happens to be. But your want is to get me to like you. So we'll take this one from the top. Same line. Action. No. 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 Okay, cut. All right, so we took 3 different scenarios. Hopefully you felt 3 different things here. And again, it was just about really changing, yes, the context, but more importantly, it was the intent behind it for your character. What you wanted, what was motivating, your dialogue, what was motivating, kind of the delivery, your physicality, your listening. And again, it was alive. You were just responding in the moment off of the other character in the scene, and you should have felt like, oh yeah, this feels alive. It feels like I'm really doing something. And this is why it's so important, not only that you choose a want, but that you are using it right. You're using it correctly to free you in your work, to make it spontaneous and organic and alive, living and breathing moment to moment. So if you have been using a want or an objective in your work, but you don't feel like that was happening, it's because you weren't using it correctly. Make sure that your want is not just a few words that you wrote down on a page. It's something that you use to activate yourself in the moment. So don't get caught up in that. Do it correctly so that you can have interesting, dramatic, engaged, chemistry-filled, connected performances. If this worked for you, comment down below. I want to hear how it is helping you with your acting, connect to your work, get more auditions, get more callbacks, and get onto set where you deserve to be. I'll see you guys on the next one.